once you've had this, like, how do you actually implement this policy or action? So one is, and this is something you might hear from us a lot, is that, you know, enforcing the policy implementation at the point of request. So once you have assigned a policy attribute saying that this particular field is PII, right? And now I'm using it in a report or a definition or something, and I see that there's a policy attribute, or I'm, you know, creating an extract that has this data in it. If you have sort of things go through a central data request process, it can trigger the action to say, oh wait, you can't build that report without having this, you know, this action, or we're going to restrict you because we see that policy attributes there. So you can sort of enforce things that way. Another way to it is if you have these policy attributes, you can run reports against these systems, and this is where this date thing comes in. So maybe you're trying to pull all the data elements in a data system that are marked as containing PII, and then you want to encrypt those things, right? So you can run that report and pull that out. But if someone added a date or removed a date and you ran the report again, you're not going to know, like, what have I done, what have I not done. So having a date on that is helpful, so you can pull out the things that are new or changed and know that, oh, I have to go make sure that those things are encrypted or not. Again, that's something that you can, it really depends on the particular type of task. Right, so what can you go ahead and do now? I highly recommend, if you're just looking for a place to start, you know, document those policy attributes and implementation actions. Like, you know, do the work at the first stage of, like, what are the policies we're trying to do and what are the classifications we want to assign and the actions we need for these. And then maybe start with your business glossary. You know, why do you want to start with the business glossary? Is because if you can document at the glossary that social security number is PII, then anytime you're going to, you know, work with different data systems, you're going to have a lot of flexibility to apply that. If you just spend all your energy on one data system, you know, it's not as applicable outside of that. But you might also want to look at critical data model objects if you have that kind of thing. So, and again, if to do this documentation, you kind of need some tools to start off with. At the minimum, you'll need a place to have a glossary or a data catalog or a data process catalog in order to apply these attributes to it. A tool like the Data Cookbook can give you a complete framework for managing that. And if you, but if you don't, I would, you know, you can do this in spreadsheets. It's hard to get sort of the connectivity for everything, but I might just start off, like, just documenting the things in the spreadsheets that have those policies, right? So that you can kind of, you know, as opposed to having a, you know, 100,000 data model items and finding the 15 that are marked as that, right? I mean, again, you can think of lots of ways you can do it on your own, but you know, think about keeping the list of things that have the policy attributes on them. And then later that'll make it easier if you ever want to import or export those things into a tool like the Data Cookbook.